Markstrom.
And Commissioner Julie Shapley.
Commissioner Field.
Zoom video again today. And last meeting we had some audio, not ideal audio, so made a change here today. Hopefully that takes care of that. First item on the agenda for today is the approval of today's agenda.
I move to approve the agenda for the October 2nd, 2024 regular meeting as written.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, motion carries 3-0. Next item on the agenda for today is good to go to public comment. This time during the Port Commission meetings is for public comment. This portion of public comment is for non-agenda items. We do not have any action items on the agenda for today where we will be accepting public comment. So this will be your time to provide public comment. The Port Commission welcomes and encourages your comments and participation. However, public comment is not a time for the commission to answer questions. If you ask a question and would like to follow up at a later time, please leave us your contact information. For those attending remotely via video conference or others who are unable to attend, you could submit written comments to agraber@portofcentralia.com before 2 p.m. the day of meetings. We are lucky to live in a great community where many of us are passionate about making this a great place to live. While we might not all agree on how to achieve that, it is important that we recognize we can be passionate about our ideas while also respecting one another. You will have 3 minutes for your comments. If you reach your time limit, I'll ask you to wrap up your comments. Please stand at the podium when giving your comments. And if you have a specific records request, please see port staff for a form so we can be sure to get you the information you require. First person we have signed in for public comment today is Jan Vanovich.
Jan Vanovich, I'm again reminding you of the port's obligation to the tax-paying citizen owners of this port to make sure the Facebook page impersonating this port using its good name, logo, and administration office sign is removed from Facebook and the internet. Commissioner Markstrom stated publicly that the port's attorney had sent a cease and desist letter to the perpetrator about a month ago, but still the fraudulent page remains on Facebook. A records request for that cease and desist letter has received an unnecessarily long 60-day delay and has yet to be filled. A direct oral request for the letter to Commissioner Markstrom was made and fell on deaf ears. Interestingly, Commissioner Markstrom and Shapley are both friends on Facebook with imposter pages, admitted perpetrator Stephanie Von Moose, and Commissioner Shapley not only has ethics complaint for her participation in that page, but is also Facebook friends with the person with the other fake profile Facebook page designed to malign myself and others. On the advice of advice of a Seattle attorney, I will continue to remind the port of your obligation to this community until you do the right thing. Thank you.
Thank you. Next person we have signed in for public comment is Cynthia Mitch.
Cynthia Munch with the Centralia Shameless Chamber, and I'm from Shameless. Just a couple of things today. Just a reminder that next week on the 10th is our candidates debates. It's going to feature the Lewis County and the PUD commissioners that will be up for debate. We definitely encourage it's open to the public. It's free. It's at O'Blarney's and Centralia on the second floor. We welcome you to attend. And then we have the next ribbon cutting is the next day, October 11th, and that's Floors, and that's also the downtown Centralia business that we're happy to help open and encourage people to come and attend. As a follow-up, we are continuing to collect comments on the Centralia B&O tax, and we have sent initial comments to their city council. They've actually responded and said they appreciated actually seeing many of the comments we sent. And so hopefully people continuing with their civic duty will make a difference one way or the other. Thank you.
Thank you.
Question, I didn't catch the time.
The doors open at 11 and the debate starts promptly at 11:30.
Thank
You bet.
Okay, thank you. Is there anybody else in attendance today that would like to provide public comment?
Mr. President.
Members of the commission. Last week,
Just state your name for the record, if you would please.
second week in time, when you get old and forget things. Gary Odegaard, Centralia resident, precinct 10. I thanked you last week for the WebEx program. Today you called it Zoom, but I think you called it Web. But I learned later that it doesn't include public comment, and I wished it would. That would make it the way it should be, in my opinion, for what it's worth. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else that would like to provide public comment? Hearing none, I will close public comment. Next item on the agenda for today is approval of the minutes for the September 18th, 2024 regular meeting. We all had a chance to look at those.
To approve the minutes of the September.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carries 3-0. Next item on the agenda is approval of warrants.
Two. 62,600
I make a motion to approve warrants 23988 through 24005 in the aggregate amount of $62,651.37.
There's a motion and a second to approve warrants. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carries 3-0. Geez, earlier.
She just heard you, I guess. Amy just heard you. Perfect.
Okay.
If it's working, I'll let you know if it's.
Okay.
again.
Sorry for those listening online if the audio is cutting in and out. Maybe we did not resolve our audio issues, but we will keep working on it. Let's go ahead and resume.
So again, the city of Centralia is
We did have a presentation by Mayor Smith Johnston, and the consensus from the board was that they were not in favor of this. Because it, as a representative of the port, that cuts, basically, it cuts our competitive edge. Because this is another tax. If there's a company coming in, of course, they're going to be over the $100,000 threshold, and they would probably look elsewhere to locate.
My concern would be in not even so much losing a competitive edge, but actually putting us at a disadvantage because there's not very many cities in the state even that have a local B&O tax, especially in our geographic area. I feel like if there was a B&O tax, it would put us at a disadvantage for potentially recruiting businesses. I think one thing, I talked to lots of different people about this, constituents in the community, council members and things. And, some people have said, well, it's a very small rate. It's 0.002%. It's, really not that much. And, the concern is, right, that taxes don't generally ever go down. And once it's established and that mechanism is in place, then it just kind of looms there for future, increases for businesses that are looking to come here. So definitely have my eye on this one.
And their projected income from this tax is $400,000. My question is, $400,000 is not a lot of money when it comes to, it's a sizable amount, but not in a millions of dollars of budget. But the 400,000, at what cost is that going to do?
Yeah. Important thing to remember about B&O tax, and, for those in attendance, if you're not aware, a B&O tax is taxed on your gross business income. So if you're a startup company, a new company that's not yet turning a profit and trying to create a foothold in an industry or to carve out your niche, to have another tax that comes off of the top line, again, is see at a disadvantage. So
One of the issues with
I saw in there, or the information they put out that in that collection also included a full-time employee. So while they're going to collect 400,000, really I owe about 300,000 or
postage,
Yeah.
elections, plus legal fees,
Yeah.
plus it's tough to see how
it's just cost increases. But I know obviously if the B&O tax were to go into place, they would have to hire a person to manage that. And then I think I'd heard they were looking to add a position to the, I think was one of the uses. But yeah, having that information in the FAQ would have been handy. Let's see. Portion of it, but this month. Okay.
Hearing is on October.
split
the computer. See if that works.
Okay.
Sorry, folks, we're gonna change microphones here.
In and out.
Yeah, okay, could be internet. We're gonna try that. Hopefully all online can hear us.
All that being said, the notion would be to encourage the city to look within reserves or existing tax structures to make that up for a year and, take a longer look at next year, rather than at the last minute proposing a tax, which, frankly, the business community has had very, very little time to study or understand.
Do we need a motion to direct staff to draft a response?
If you want us to respond,
Okay.
you want testimony, yes.
Okay.
I make a motion to have staff do a letter in opposition and our opinion of the B&O tax.
There is a motion and a second. Is there any further commission discussion? I will open it at this time for public comment if there is anybody in attendance that would like to provide public comment on this motion. Please step to the podium and state your name. Same 3 minutes applies.
Brian Dowse, Andrea. Probably everybody here is pretty much aware that they have options to get that in back property taxes too. That, I believe that's one option they can pick up, but they decided to not accept in the last few years to make up the difference and without starting something that none of the other entities in the county have now. So I think they can switch to that fairly easy and still just to make up that amount of money wouldn't be much of an increase for that property tax. Thanks.
Thank you. Anybody else? Hearing none, I will close public comment. We have a motion and a second to direct staff to draft a comment from the port on this matter. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed, motion carries 3-0.
And circulate it to you early next week.
Thank you.
Beacon Building Products has finished their CEPA. Appreciate the county and city weighing in on that. There was nothing unexpected on that, and we'll now wrap that final MDNS up and move them on to the city for permitting. So that's exciting. We issued a notice to proceed to Sterling Breen on Monday of this week. He should be there by next week for the work that was approved at your last meeting. So tracking that along and watching the weather and moving along. Also, the Centralia Station, the house will move later this month. They're waiting on Puget Sound Energy, is my understanding now, who's sometime this week supposed to be there to provide their inspections and what they need to do. And then finally, in your packets is a copy of the request for reimbursement from the city of Centralia. And this is in regards to the work they were doing here on Steelhammer Drive, where you may have noticed one of the light poles has what appears to be a cell phone tower on it. They did one down on Reynolds and
Yeah, they've been doing Harrison. They put a couple. Yeah.
All that said, when they did their borings, they bored through our main irrigation lines. They also bored through one of the sewer lines. We had to bring in DJ's Plumbing. Took us several days to find because they did it underground. We had to go find it. We were not notified of the construction. We were not given the 10-day notice. We were not given the 20-day notice. They showed up. The work is still not complete. You can see in front of this office, the sidewalk is, we've still got 6 feet of gravel out there. City wouldn't accept that from anyone else. And we still have holes in the concrete over at Dick's Brewing. Dick's Brewing has also filed a claim. They had several of their lines, and in fact, their main water line that serves the brewery was bored through. I know they did locates. I saw them out there doing the locates. They just, whatever happened with the boring company, it went sideways. So first of all, very, very appreciative of DJ's Plumbing and the amount of work and you know, they threw in some extra free time, you know, because they really wanted to get to the bottom of this too. It was a mystery, and I really appreciate Kelly and his guys helping us out. So we were able to get that. That's been submitted to the city. The city's asked for a little more clarification on that, and we'll let you know as it progresses along.
Okay, thank you.
The locate show in your photograph, so.
Yep.
Documented.
Anything else?
That's all I'm saying.
Okay, thank you. We will move on to commissioner reports. Commissioner Shapley?
Thank you. As I had said, I went to the Economic Alliance board meeting. It was very good. Lots of discussion on the B&O tax. And then I have a question for Kyle. On the house, I've noticed that it's up, that it's been jacked up and it's going to be moved. What, and I know that we have sold it by bid. What typically, how much does it cost the port to demolish a house of that size?
You know, and you saw it right in your warrant list today. That was a $6,900 bill for asbestos abatement, and we haven't even pulled a permit yet. So,
For a different property.
it is, yeah, for a different property. And a lot of it will depend on, you know, the year it was built, how much of asbestos is in it. The older houses have asbestos in the windows, the popcorn ceilings, the floorboards, everywhere apparently. And that all has to be abated. So once that's abated, what we've typically seen, a house that size, you're anywhere from 35 to 40,000 is what we've been getting as far as by the time demolition and the tipping fees are paid. So.
Plus the fact that it's taking a house out of the housing. Yeah. Whereas this one is going to be used as a residence.
Yeah, which I think is really great. It's a Habitat for Humanity house. It's not that old. It was well built, and it's going to be a great house for somebody. And I'm glad they can reuse it. I think it's great.
That's great.
Not every house the port buys is a candidate.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
No, I appreciate that. And I also encourage everyone to attend the debates. This is very good. I went to the one that the Chronicle put on. It was very, very interesting. It was very good. And I encourage everyone to get informed about your candidates. And
Absolutely.
that's it. Thank you.
Commissioner Lamont?
No report, thank you.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't attended any committees lately, as well attended the debates at the college. Appreciate the college and the Chronicle for putting that on. I think it's important for us to be able to hear about all those candidates and issues. I don't think I've got anything else. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Okay.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 3-0. Thank you.